Hello again, hockey fans, and welcome to another edition of Into the Wilderness. This is your in-depth look at the Northland's only North American Hockey League team, the Minnesota Wilderness. Tonight we're going to go over what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. We're going to preview what's coming up, also get a look at what's been going on with the team in the community, and also talk to the coach, Corey Millen. Focus of that conversation is going to be with the Top Prospects tournament coming up next week. So tied to that, we'll have two players that are going to be going to that tournament, Darian Romenko and Dan Litchke. Let's start with our Wilderness hockey headlines for the third straight year. Cloquet, your Junior A hockey team, is going to the playoffs. The Wilderness made that official after their sweep of the Minot Minotauros just about 2 weeks ago. Their winning streak is now up to 6 games. And they have another Midwest Division Star of the Week. Nicholas Ledemaki earned that honor with his 3-goal performance on Thursday night's game last week, and he also picked up an assist in the game last Saturday. Also an honorable mention given for Star of the Week for Tyler Klein. An honorable mention after you get 4 goals in a weekend.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough weekend to crack for our lineup. I didn't know who was going to get it. Tyler actually got it the week before, but since we've been with the fans. So Tyler, gets an honorable mention and Midwest Star of the Week, in back-to-back weeks. It's a pretty big deal for him. He's playing really well right now.
Yeah, I got the game winner in the game against the Magicians last Saturday night. The Wilderness remain in first place. They're 1 point ahead of the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. The injury situation right now involves Rob Stotts, Michael Kovac, Brock Kautz, and Alex Toscano. Jack Forbert has returned to the lineup. As far as you know, what do you see returning this weekend?
Well, I think Brock might be able to back up. We're not 100% positive yet, but Jack is still having lingering effects from his injury, so we don't know if he's going to be able to go again or not. So it's what we do here. We just toss injuries around and see what happens.
All right. Throw them up in the air, all right? Let's see what lands and see what sticks. Another big grudge match coming up this weekend, which is the weekend of February 20th and 21st. Another first place battle. Austin, who took over for Minot in first place in the Central Division, in town for 2 games. What's been happening for the last couple weeks in the community with the team?
It's kind of been slow. It's our traditional reading. It's our traditional stuff like that. We're really gearing up for Military Appreciation Week. We're gonna release on Friday. If you buy a brochure or a program, you'll get a first look at what our military weekend jerseys are going to look like. So we're going to kind of slowly unveil those and get those all going up. But that's really what we're gearing up to right now is Military Appreciation Weekend.
Okay. And I guess community involvement, that kind of thing, just the guys just kind of taking it easy for right now then?
Yeah, we hit them pretty hard through Christmas and through the first month and a half of this of the new year. So we're just going to let them kind of, they do their reading, they do their skating with the youth team. We keep them busy, but we have a lot of games in this short span of time, and so we have to make sure that they're fresh for those.
Okay. I do want to congratulate Trish Beaudry. She was the winner of our first trivia contest from 2 weeks ago. Question was, who was the first Wilderness player to get a hat trick this season? We use that as a trivia question, and what happens? We get two more hat tricks after that.
We should say how many shutouts or something. I'd like a couple more of those.
That would be good too. That's a good. I wasn't going there, but I am going to do a Did You Know after this.
Okay.
So, but our trivia question though for this time is, who is the only Minnesota Wilderness player this season to win a Player of the Month award for his position? So go ahead and send that answer in on our social media, Minnesota Wilderness NAHL on Facebook, and MN Wilderness is the Twitter handle.
Yep.
So go ahead and send that answer in there. We'll be repeating that question later on. But the one Did You Know that I have that you guys can go ahead and put as bulletin board material is that the Wilderness have yet to have a double-digit scoring game.
Really?
So, go ahead and let that be the dare for this. That's the NAHL Wilderness, the SIJHL team.
Yeah. What? How many double-digit scoring games are in the league this year?
I don't. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't think it's many. It's pretty tough. I mean, it's highly competitive every night. It's to get a 5-1, 6-1 win. You're pretty happy.
Well, you guys got to 8, and I was like kind of hoping for from the broadcast booth, we were kind of hoping for that one night. So all right. So we are going to continue with the show in a moment. We'll have head coach Corey Millen along in just a moment. You're watching Into the Wilderness. And we're back on Into the Wilderness. We're joined by the head coach of the Wilderness, Corey Millen. Thanks for joining us again.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right, so we're going to just kind of dive right into the whole deal about the Top Prospects Tournament. If you can just give us an idea of what this is.
Well, I think it was designed to, to give the top players in the league an opportunity to get together and kind of get in one venue and have, the opportunity to be seen in front of a bunch of scouts. And it's actually become a really big event. It's every school seems to be represented, and a lot of professional NHL guys are there also. So it really is really been a great event, and it's a great opportunity for the kids.
So you got the opportunity to pick 5 players due to being in first place middle of January. I believe it was somewhere around there.
I think 20th or something.
And based upon that, second place had a lower number of players. Third place had a lower number of players. So you've got Darian and Dan, who we have with us here tonight, Billy Axel, Tyler Hart, and Michael Kovach that you've selected for the Central Division team, Midwest Division team. And also Ivan Chukarov going as well to play on the NAHL Selects team. So what went into that decision on the 5 that you took?
Well, I think there's a few things to look at when you're looking at who's going to go. This year, we have a bunch of guys that really could have gone and really have played well enough to get picked. But to be honest with you, I think we want our 94s to have an opportunity to go to this event. They've played a couple of years here for us, and I think that they deserve that opportunity, and it's their last year to be seen and to get a chance. So I think that's kind of the way we approached it.
Sure. Can you explain, I guess, what each one brings to this tournament? What kind of skill level, what it is that you like about these guys that leading to the that they're going to be playing?
Well, each player obviously is different. I think. Like I said, but the guys that we have going this year are all guys that have played a year for the Wilderness, were with us last year. So to me, that's a big thing. Their loyalty, their ability to come back and be here again for a second year. I think you look at Michael Kovach and Daniel Litchke, both guys that are basically been soldiers for us. They do everything I ask them to do. They have for the last couple of years. They don't complain. They go out every night and they play hard. So for those 2 guys, I couldn't be happy for them to get an opportunity to be at this venue. Darren Romenko obviously had a big year for us last year, scoring 20 goals, and he's in the same situation again this year. So, again, a 94 that was here last year, and it's done, exactly what we've asked of them. So, when it's all said and done, they're all in the same boat. And I really feel the loyalty towards those guys that they've put their heart and soul into the Wilderness and work for me. So I feel like I owe that to them for sure.
Sure,
they've earned it.
So you're going to be coaching this team this year. You got a couple of guys there that play on the same line. You got Darren and Michael that you see them regularly when they're able to play. I guess first of all, with Michael and his being out last weekend, is he going to be able to play in that tournament?
Well, I think so. He is a little banged up, but he did practice today, and I think he's gonna. It's one of those things that he's probably biting the bull a little bit because he knows that it's an opportunity. We'll see. Hopefully, we don't compromise anything here because we are banged up and we do have a suspension. So, they're playing so many games in so few nights. It really is it's a tough spot to be in, especially coming down to the end of the season. It's a little concerning because it's just hard on the body to play so many nights, or and so much hockey in so many nights.
Sure. And if he does actually able to go in the tournament, do you see being able to play those guys on the same line like you've been able to continue to do in the season?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at that. I'm going to have to take a look at what we have and really kind of sort it all out and see how you want to do that. It's just something that we'll look at, but it's not. We're not going to play too much into it, to be honest.
Sure, because you've got him, you got that pairing, and you also have Dan and Billy going as well. So you got a 2/3 situation there. Anybody on your team from the other from the other teams in the division that you're looking forward to seeing play in combinations that you'd like to get set up?
Again, I've got, I haven't had the opportunity to really look at that. To me, that's a back burner thing. Once we get moving that way, come Sunday, I'll probably look a little more at that. But I mean, until then, we're in our own little world with the Wilderness, and that's the priority right now for sure.
And your assistant in this tournament is going to be Trevor Stewart. So you guys know each other from coaching in this tournament last year, just flipping roles around more or less. So.
Yeah, even 3 years ago when I was in Alaska, I was the assistant there also. So this will be the third year that we've worked together. This will be the first time that I get to bully him around. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, I'm sure Trevor's looking forward to that too.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Trevor Stewart, the head coach of the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. It's the assistant this year. So, and so this being the third time that you've done this, what are the challenges for a tournament like this?
Well, I mean, trying not to get your players too tired. I mean, everyone's concerned about how this affects your team.
Right.
When the big picture is your team, the other picture is these guys getting the opportunity to be seen in this venue. So it's one of those bittersweet things where you try to be smart about it, but it is what it is, and it's a great opportunity for them. So you have to just hope that things go well.
Sure. Any practices that they get to?
It's just games. You're just there for 2 days. It's kind of a quick in and out and play your 2 games and get home, and then we're going to be on the bus Thursday morning to Bismarck. So it's a lot going on here.
It's not like please tell me it's not like the NHL All-Star Game where it's basically a glorified pickup game.
Oh no, it's anything but. No, these guys are out there. They're playing hard, and they should be because, like I said, every team's represented. Everyone goes, and it's a great opportunity. So it's serious business if you want to be seen for sure.
Is there? If you can talk about real quick about Ivan Chukarov and how it was that he got to get involved in the selects team.
Well, it's a good opportunity for Ivan. I think that they have this younger selects team. It's really to have some of the younger kids and get the opportunity to be seen on that team also. But the league has asked that Ivan be selected here, and I think it's really. Ivan is a kid that potentially could be in the NHL draft, and the NHL guys would like to get a crack and look at him. And so it's difficult for them all to get here. So it's easier for them to all go there and see a bunch of different players. So I think that's the idea behind that.
Are you going to tell anybody to dive after any of his shots, do any blocking of his shots from the point?
Jeez, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, as a coach, you want the kids to do well. You want them to give a good effort, but boy, you're concerned about the big picture. Sure. That's your team.
Sure. Well, we got a little bit more time here. I guess I do want to. We'll quickly recap. A little bit about what happened last weekend. You had Waylon Williams that got a game misconduct from a hit on Saturday night. Can you tell us what happened from that with the league?
Well, unfortunately, the ref felt like he I don't know if he felt he had head contact or what in that situation. I'm not 100% sure why they gave him the 5 in the ejection, but he's been suspended for 2 games. I think we potentially could revisit that, or at least look to appeal it and see, because we've looked at it multiple times and we feel like it really is wasn't a bad hit, and so our opinion is that it didn't deem that, but we'll see. We'll see that it might be revisited.
Right. Do you think that the game itself is getting a little too, sensitive on some of these hits that we see out there?
Well, I guess you do get concerned about that. The one thing that bothers me a little bit is, you really do want to protect the players. You don't want any hits from behind. You're really trying to watch the head contact because of the concussion situation. But you do find some players that anytime they get hit from behind or bumped from behind, they're like soccer players. They'll throw themselves into the boards and lay there for a while, and that's bothersome when you see that they know that's a very sensitive issue. And I do think there is some of that going on, and that does bother me a little bit, the integrity of the game, because soccer guys, when they roll around and it's a little bothersome. So I think the kids are learning that's something they can do to get penalties and draw penalties, and so it's a little concerning from that standpoint.
And one last question, where we're going to kind of switch gears totally from all that. There's an anniversary coming up on Sunday. Do you remember where you were February 22nd, 1980?
Well, yeah, I was in my living room listening on the radio is what I was doing. Yeah, so and so that is a neat thing. So obviously pretty exciting stuff, and I certainly remember it.
Yeah, so you were actually able to experience it live, unlike a lot of people.
Yeah, on the radio.
With a tape delay, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it was exciting.
Change things around, I imagine, quite a bit for the focus of hockey in this country.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was 15 years old, so I was kind of, and I was familiar with a lot of those players because I had watched them in college and kind of watched them, at UMD in Minnesota, and so it was kind of I felt pretty close to it, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us here again.
All right, appreciate it.
Good luck this weekend and in the Prospects tournament coming up.
All right, thanks.
All right, Head Coach Corey Millen. We'll take a break and we'll be joined by Darian Romenko and Dan Litchke in just a moment. You're watching Into the Wilderness. And we're back on Into the Wilderness, joined by, at the far end of the table, Dan Litchke, and right next to me is Darian Romenko, forwards for the Minnesota Wilderness. How you guys? So first of all, thanks for joining us here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good to see you.
Darian from Shoreview, Minnesota, went to Mounds View High School, and Dan's just up the road.
Superior, Wisconsin.
So looking at what you guys are going to be doing next Monday and Tuesday, how do you guys feel about this opportunity?
I think it's pretty special that we get to go to this. I mean, I know the guys went last year, and I was thinking, wow, I really want to be there. And I think I deserve to be there a little bit, but I was a younger guy, so.
Right. Dan?
I'm just looking forward to the opportunity. It doesn't come around very often, and hopefully take advantage of it when you do get the chance.
Sure. Some guys that you're going to be playing with on your team, you guys are going to have Lucas Laub, Adam Lovick, Sam Becker, Sean Lang, Brogan Rafferty, Ron Aarons. These are going to be teammates of yours. Is that going to be a little weird?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know a couple of those guys just from summer hockey, and they're from around where I live, so I have some relationships with some of them.
Right. Grudges, I imagine, are going to have to be set aside, for a couple days.
Yeah. So.
I'm hoping to get to know them a little better so I can see their weaknesses.
Oh, there you go.
Then take advantage of it during the games when we have to play them.
We just got to hope that they're not watching the show and then they're not going to kind of communicate this with anybody. So that is, I kind of like that idea though. So I guess is there looking at some other guys. You mentioned some of the guys that you played with. And there's a number of guys from Centennial, I guess. You got the Lionel Lakes kids, the Hans Gorosky, and Lovick, I imagine also.
Yep.
So,
I know them well.
Yeah.
I skate with them in the summer all the time.
Okay. So being in that Mounds View, I guess, it's all kind of a close-knit kind of thing, I imagine.
Yeah.
Coming from the northern suburbs, more or less. So, all right. Well, I did want to ask you guys also, looking at your season as a whole, Darian, what do you think has been the biggest key to your success so far this year?
I think our systems have been really good this year, and that translates to offense, but it all starts with defense first.
Sure. And do you think your game in particular, starts from the defensive side?
Yes, I do. I think that goes really well with our system.
Sure.
I've learned to play like that also.
Okay. I know that from reading your bios, you've got a high admiration for Mark Messier.
Yeah.
So I can see that two-way play
Yeah.
coming in place there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a book. It was called Wearing the Sea, and he was in it, and I really liked what I heard about him, and I read about him. So that's where it started.
Okay. Dan, there's one thing that stands out to me. 3 years you've been in junior hockey, 4 penalty minutes. What's up with that?
I'm a clean hockey player. Don't like to hurt my team by getting shorthanded, and I kill the penalties. So
Sure.
if I take them, I can't kill them.
You look like you have a blast on the penalty kill.
Oh, it's fun. That's I like playing the games, killing penalties.
So what is it that is the main? Because I look forward to when you are able to get the puck on a penalty kill and get open ice. I mean, do you have a certain strategy when you're out there on a penalty kill?
I just like pressuring them really hard when they have the puck, because they're on the power play. They're thinking, oh, we got all kinds of time. You don't have to work as hard when you're on the power play.
Right.
But when I'm out there, when I try to pressure them, and when I get the puck, they're not expecting it. So.
Sure. and you say that it's clean hockey, or are you just doing things that the referees aren't seeing?
No, maybe a couple times, but hopefully not too much.
Right. Well, I gotta admit, you it was like about a month ago when you were called for a penalty. It's like, this is weird. This is, we're not going to see Dan Litchke on a penalty kill. It was just like totally blew my mind.
I disagreed with the call.
You did?
Yeah, I thought it was a clean play.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. After, and you figure with your reputation, they got to at least listen to you.
Exactly, that's what I think.
And I know, we talk about special teams, and Darian, I know one thing that you've got 10 of your 22 goals have come on the power play this year. You seem very comfortable when you get in that slot area. And it seems like, how many goals, any idea how many goals have scored from right in front?
I bet you it's 5 or 6.
Yeah. As it seems like that's, obviously that's where you want to go, and your teammates have been good in getting the puck to you, at least.
Yeah, I'm in that shooter position just right in front of the net.
Sure.
Coach always tells me when I get the puck, shoot it right away, shoot off the pass, and that's what I've been doing.
Sure.
Been practicing it for a while now.
Timing's everything, I think, in a situation
is.
like that.
It is.
Yeah. Fighting your way through traffic, I imagine, that kind of thing. So, Dan, you had 1 year in Janesville before coming here.
Yes, I did.
Talk about that, about how that how did that help you out and getting you experience at this level?
Oh well, it definitely helped me out because I still was in high school during that time.
Okay.
And just getting the new junior experience with how much quicker and bigger everybody was, I think that really helped me learn how to play the junior game when I came here, I was already ready for it.
Sure. And now this year you're back with one of your old teammates, Aaron Miller. How's that been?
Pretty good. I'm happy he's here. It's nice playing with teammates that you played with all your life.
Sure.
A couple more years, it's really nice.
Any reason? I guess what was the reason why you didn't want to spend that last year in your high school?
Just the situation I was in. I was kind of old for my age for high school, so it was the 94's year group to go, and we weren't returning very many players to our team, so I just decided to try juniors.
Sure. So which of you guys is going to be blocking Ivan Chukarov's shots when you play them in the selects game?
Well, I'm a center, so I don't necessarily
have to worry
try
about
to block shots or go out and block shots, but maybe on a penalty kill.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking is on a penalty kill situation. Yeah. So, I mean, I know you'll be out there.
I'll be out there. I'm not too afraid. He doesn't shoot too hard. So.
Okay. There you go. He may take note of that. I don't know, but awesome. So, looking at this weekend, you've got another grudge match coming up here. Austin's been tough. They've played you guys tough this year. How do you like your chances this weekend?
I think we played good in our building, and Austin's good competition, but I think I like our chances against them.
What do they bring as far as an opponent as opposed to other teams? It seems like what I've seen is that, unlike a lot of teams, they like to put a lot of shots on net, and they sometimes have had success doing that against you guys.
Yeah, they bring a lot of speed too. They're always aggressive, whether it's neutral zone, forecheck, defense, penalty kill, power play, whatever it is. They're just always aggressive.
Any thoughts on that, Dan?
They work extremely hard like us, and so it's tough because if you're not on top of your game right away, they'll take it from you and they'll make you pay for it.
Sure. One thing that I've noticed about you, Darian, is that you've got your goals are up to 22 this year. You're 3 behind Sebastian Vidmar, leads the league at 25. So, how much are you focusing on a possible goal-scoring title?
Not too much. I mean, I like scoring and everything, but I'd rather win the game. Like, if we win every game and I don't score a goal, I'm completely fine with it. Completely fine with it.
Really? Okay. You're on TV here, so that's good.
If we win the Robertson Cup and I don't get any goals in playoffs, I'm completely fine with that.
I think we'll have a hard time winning the Robertson Cup if you don't score, but I think, I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, and it's just it's pretty close, and I think if you look at per goal average, you're only like fractions is what it is. He's like at 0.57 per game, and you're like 0.55. So it's if they looked at it that way, it could be if they judge the scoring championship that way. So, all right. Well, guys, thanks a lot for joining us here, and good luck this weekend and coming up next week.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Darian Romanko, Dan Litchfield with the Wilderness. We'll take a break, and we'll be back and recap this episode, and again take another look ahead on what's coming up for the Minnesota Wilderness. We're back on Into the Wilderness as we are going to go ahead and recap and give you a heads up on what's happening with this team coming up February 20th and 21st. That's coming up this weekend. The team has Austin in town, and once again, real quick, Josh, promotions for this weekend.
Well, we have Pine Journal sponsoring Friday night, Subway on Saturday. Sorry about that. We'll have Esco Mike game on Friday night. We'll have a Proctor Mike game on Saturday. Ticket prices are normal. You can stop into B&B and Southgate Pizza to get discounted ticket price or tickets beforehand. But that's really all we have going on this weekend. But it should be a great weekend. It should be a lot of fun. The Mike games always bring in a bigger crowd and let the people see what the whole community is doing.
Sure. And you got Austin in town, and they always are a good competition.
Yeah, they're always a tough fight. They're always it's always a 1-goal, 2-goal game. It's always tough for us. So it'll be great hockey to get out and see for sure.
And we want to thank Carmen's for hosting us once again here today. So what kind of specials do you know that they have?
Well, they do a great lunch special. They have about 8 or 9 items on their lunch. I know they have a burger and fries for $5. They have fettuccine Alfredo for $5. A bunch of different stuff. And then every day when you stop up here, they have something different up on the whiteboard or up on the board out front. So it's definitely a great place to go and get great food. They take great care of us with the Wilderness, so it's always an awesome place to be at.
And then we're taping the show on February 18th, which is Ash Wednesday, and so they've got, imagine the Lenten specials. I see shrimp on their board up right now, so there'll be plenty of things like that dealing with Lent and that kind of thing. So speaking of Ash, I'm hoping that this weekend the Wilderness are able to kick the ash or something that rhymes with that of their opponent coming up this weekend.
Absolutely, I like that. That's very clever.
So anyway, we will recap our trivia question. Who is the only Minnesota Wilderness player to win a Player of the Month award for his position this season? If you know the answer to that, go ahead and post it on our Facebook page, Minnesota Wilderness NAHL, or on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is MN Wilderness. And also, games this weekend are going to be, if you cannot make it to the games this weekend, February 20th and 21st, they are going to be on fasthockey.com. We'll also have them on here on Cat 7. And next weekend is Bismarck, February 27th and 28th.
Yeah, so we have home Friday, Saturday. Boys take off early Sunday for top prospects, get back Tuesday night, and then take off Thursday and go play 2 in Bismarck. It's definitely not an easy time of year for us, but
revenge on the mind, I would think.
Well, we'd hope, yeah, absolutely. I can't speak for the players or the staff, but yeah, definitely we'd hope that the revenge is on the mind and go take 4 points from them in their building.
All right, so that's what you got coming up here, as lots of stuff going on. We invite you to come out to the games, and again, if you can't make it, Cat 7 will have tape delay of the broadcasts, and you can catch them live on fasthockey.com. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching Into the Wilderness.